Good morning. This is KELOLAND on the go with all you need to know in news and weather as you start your day.
Sioux Falls police are investigating a case that started as arson but is now technically the city's first homicide of the year. On July 17th, a fire was started in this apartment building on North Grange Avenue. 2 people were transported to Minneapolis for their injuries.
53-year-old Charisse Admire died the next day. Sioux Falls police just got her autopsy back, which ruled her death as a homicide. Police say the suspect, a 34-year-old woman, started the fire after a disagreement with another person in the apartment.
Because she's receiving the treatment, we don't have any arrests or any charges at this point in time, but obviously we know who she is. So if she's able to get out of the hospital at such time, then there likely would be charges at that point in time.
Clemens says he's not sure why the victim and suspect were unable to escape from the fire like the others who were inside the building.
Meanwhile, an investigation in the town of Clark involves the death of a toddler. The Attorney General's office sent out a news release saying the young child was found inside a vehicle Tuesday evening.
The 911 call came in around 5 p.m., but before the ambulance arrived, first responders determined the toddler had died. According to a Facebook post, the victim had family members who attended the Clark Elementary School. The district is offering services and resources to students and staff. Authorities say more information will be released at a later date.
The body of a missing Minnesota man has been found in the Black Hills. Tuesday night, Rapid City police learned that the 24-year-old had not been heard from for several days. An investigation led authorities to an area near the Strato Bowl trailhead off U.S. Highway 16.
Crews continued the search Wednesday morning. The man's body was found in a rugged area at the bottom of a cliff. Authorities say there are no signs of foul play.
Now let's get a check of our weather with meteorologist Brian Karstens. Hot today, but not tomorrow, Brian.
Yeah, not tomorrow. Definitely a big change coming. We do have windy weather, though, today with the hot weather. That means fire danger is very high. Red flag warnings in effect from Mobridge to Pierre to Winter, and then a lot of folks in southwest South Dakota. Let's have a look at the wind forecast. And we have a steady south breeze this morning, stronger along the Buffalo Ridge, but I would argue this afternoon we actually have northwest winds already in Pierre by the 11 or 12 o'clock hour. And then we're going to have a reinforcing shot of wind coming into Rapid City by 5 p.m. Wind gusts could go over or near 50 miles per hour. So that's a big change. And, of course, that's going to come along with some rain chances, too, which hopefully will help to tone down this fire weather risk. 98, though, this afternoon in Chamberlain, 98 for high in Mitchell. We'll have the rest of the forecast in just a few minutes.
Thanks, Brian. Smaller airports across South Dakota are now equipped with new security technology.
Last month, the Aberdeen Regional Airport installed a new computed tomography system for baggage checks. This technology screens the luggage rather than having TSA officers manually look through every bag, making the process more thorough and giving the passenger a sense of privacy.
You don't worry about especially other people. You know, if they do have something in their luggage, it'd be scanned much easier and found. I really don't care for people going through my luggage.
The technology is now available at every South Dakota airport, including Pierre, Rapid City, Watertown, and Sioux Falls. A festival showcasing the arts is set for Saturday in downtown Sioux Falls.
The Sidewalk Arts Festival will include hundreds of vendors featuring art and artisans from across the region.
We have over 230 vendors that are joining us with almost 280 booths. So an exceptionally large festival, all coming out to help support the mission of the Washington Pavilion.
I absolutely love it. It gets family, the community together. You meet new people, you meet new artists that you didn't know existed. It's a great thing for this community.
The Sidewalk Arts Festival runs from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. Saturday on the streets surrounding the Washington Pavilion. Melons are a prime crop near Forestburg, but this year some were taken out by hail at the beginning of July.
Co-owner of Larson's Melons, Kelly Larson, says it's hard to recover and grow melons after heavy hail damage. However, he added that the crop they did produce this year is some of the sweetest he's had.
What we do have is excellent. We've had so many people ask about squash and pumpkins, and those listening now, we are going to start picking squash probably this weekend coming up, and there'll be pumpkins later. But that too, the hail took its toll on that, so the yield is down.
Larson says they're open daily from 8 a.m. to 6 p.m.
From unique coins to century-old newspapers, a time capsule was opened yesterday at the Pennington County Courthouse. It was found inside the building's walls.
With help from the Journey Museum curators, the items will be documented and handled with care to preserve their history.
This was kind of a challenge. We didn't know. There was records indicating it was in the cornerstone or the date stone of it. We didn't know how to get to it for sure.
County officials say the Centennial Committee is discussing a new time capsule to bury and open in another 100 years.
Augustana University football fans will be able to watch the team live from the comfort of their own home. All 2022 Vikings home games will be broadcast on KELO Extra and the CW of the Black Hills, as well as live streamed on KELOLAND.com.
Augustana will provide the production for each game, with J.J. Hardigan doing play-by-play and KELOLAND's Grant Sweeter providing game analysis. First game is this Saturday. You can find a full schedule for all 6 home games on our website.
That's a look at some of our top stories.
Now let's get one last look at your weather with meteorologist Brian Karstens. Brian?
All right, a closer look at the heat today. Widespread 90s, likely this afternoon. South winds helping that cause in Sioux Falls at 20 to 30 pretty easily during the day part forecast. The main trough or that wind shift is occurring through Huron and Chamberlain through early afternoon. Not necessarily a lot of rain yet, but we're starting to pick up a little high-level moisture in far western South Dakota. Important to remember, though, that the humidity is still very low with these 90s, so that's adding to our fire danger. We're more optimistic about some rain and cooler weather starting to enter the picture after 6 o'clock in Rapid City. We start to tone down the numbers into the 70s, and eventually the rain kicks into gear after dark, and we get into the overnight period. We've got a good chance of rain running from Custer to Rapid City. I would say up into the Pier area, too. There will be some showers. Even Aberdeen could get tossed into that. Now, as this looks overnight tonight, this band of rain northwest of Sioux Falls, I really don't think that's going to necessarily march to the southeast. It'll probably end up sitting over some of the same counties and then kind of fizzling out. Keep in mind, these hourly temperatures really dropping in the Black Hills. We're talking upper 30s and low 40s. That's a chilly rain. Maybe a couple snowflakes tossed in for good measure. Sioux Falls, how about some 60s tomorrow afternoon? The rain chance looks better in Sioux Falls by late to, I'd say, mid to late afternoon on Friday, into Friday evening. There's little evidence there to support some showers, maybe a few rumbles of thunder. Clearly, it's cooling, too. A lot of 50s tomorrow evening. These rain predictions, again, highlighting the Black Hills. That chance of rain, the amounts over ½ an inch, I think that's in the ballpark. I still also agree with the idea that there are going to be some gap zones here. So if you're counting on rain out of this front, there are going to be those that are going to be skipped over again. We've seen that all summer. A lot of variability on the rain totals, and this will probably follow the same line of thinking. Sioux Falls, right now, the quarter to ½ inch range seems plausible. If we happen to catch a thunderstorm, it could be a little locally higher than that. But that's kind of our first step into this. So we've got those 90s today, very hot weather, 7-day forecast, cooling down tomorrow, 68 during the afternoon and 70 on Saturday. I do think the rain chance Saturday will mainly be south of Interstate 90 and primarily in the morning. And then a lot of that's going to slide south and east into Iowa and Nebraska. The Aberdeen forecast is dry for Saturday. Temperatures will have a tendency to moderate next week, not to the levels we've had, but lower 80s. And in fact, even Pier will be back to the mid 80s again. So we're not done with warm September weather. We're just toned down, not to the 100-degree levels. And Rapid City, I would say count on some rain tonight and tomorrow. There's a pretty good chance of that. And that high of 59 is, placeholder. It could be cooler than that much of the day tomorrow. Grab your jacket and find that. Details online at KELOLAND.com.